What's going on, everybody? I'm Insert Coin to Fail, and today I'm talking about two guns I'd recommend to you if you live in a state where you can't have anything fun. Now, these guns are still fun, so I'm not trying to say that they're not, but if you're restricted to like 10 round magazine, 5 round magazine, whatever, the SKS, not my choice in a shit hits the fan situation, but sometimes you just need something that'll work. And this is one that'll work. Everybody knows SKS, good, reliable, accurate. Sometimes if you find them from the Yugo, and there's, I think every country made them with the fun tip, but if you find one, mine's Yugoslavian, Yugoslavian. I don't think Yugoslavia is a country anymore. But it comes with this thing right here. And this is basically, everybody knows, it's the boom tube. And it came with, I think, four different devices to put on the end. Anti-tank, anti-personnel, a couple more. The two that I care about are the anti-tank and the anti-personnel. If you're a good machinist, or if you're good with tools and you're good with fabricating, then in a crap hits the fan situation, you can figure out a way to get some electricity going. You can figure out a way, even if you can't get some electricity going, you can figure out a way to, make something that'll fit on the end of that to shoot out and go somewhere. Number two is going to be the Grand. This thing, battle proven in World War II. I'm not one of those historians, go watch Forgotten Weapons. I watch him too. Those guys inspired me to start a YouTube channel. But if you want to know all the facts about these guns, Forgotten Weapons, he covers everything. So it's almost impossible to get what he misses, especially if you're just a normal dude. But anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought. The SKS and the Grand are two very, very formidable forces. We live in an age now where almost everything is high capacity, so you're obviously going to have to make your stuff count. You're going to have to miss a whole lot less. But those are two of the best guns, and not the only guns that I'm going to recommend. I'm still out there buying, I just bought a Makarov, or whatever it's called, 9x18, imported from Russia. So, anyway, you can still find these guns. If you, can't have high capacity in your state, again, you're going to have to make your shots count, but these guns do work. The Grand is known for being the best weapon ever made. Back in World War II, not now. We live in an age of high capacity stuff when, you can pick up whoopsies. You can pick up an AK or an AR or whatever, a Scorpia with a 60, 70, 80, 100 round drum mag, whatever. You can get a damn HCAR, and that's got a 30 round magazine filled with 30-06. One of my all-time favorite rounds. If you're using one of these guns and you got a lower capacity, let's just take the Grand for example, there are still loads you can get where, basically the whole idea is you want your round to dump all of its energy on impact, unless they're wearing body armor, of course. If they're wearing body armor, you're going to want a penetrator in there or something. But just because you only got 10 rounds or 8 rounds doesn't mean that you're not going to be effective. Training, all that stuff, it proves that if you're trained with a rifle like an SKS that only holds 10 rounds, you're going to be more lethal than a guy who's, I don't know, in his mother's basement, whoever, you're going to be far more lethal than a guy who's got all the ammunition in the world, because he's not going to know what to do with it. And that's part of my reason for having an AK. I live in a state where I can have this stuff. And I'm sorry to you guys that can't. If you live in a state where you can't have 60 round magazines, if you live in a state where you can't have, stuff like this, that blows my mind. It's nothing new. We had an assault rifle ban from like 94 to 2004 or whatever, but that's just crazy. You know, we live in America. It's kind of a touchy topic, but bad things are just going to happen. You know, you're just making another law is not going to fix anything. And a lot of people, I'm glad, a lot of people know that. There's still going to be people out there who don't follow laws, and that's different from the 2 guns I'd recommend if you can't, you know, get one that's got higher capacity. But this is America. Guns are in the Constitution. Joe Biden said in a clip a couple years ago, or maybe even a decade ago, that the founding fathers wouldn't have let just any ordinary citizen buy a cannon, and that's not true at all. You know, you could have bought a cannon. You can buy one right now. As a felon, you can buy a cannon because those aren't considered firearms. The Constitution is very clear. It's clearly for self-defense and for a tyrannical government. So if your population has about the same stuff that you got, you're going to be less likely to turn against them and infringe their rights. That's number one. Number two, anybody that has bad intentions, anybody who wants to walk into a place and quack it, you know, whatever, they're going to think twice if everybody up there is, you know, packing too. You know, that if you walk into a place and you know for a fact that nobody up there is strapped, then, you know, common sense. It just blows my mind. When people leave me comments, it's not something that's completely new to me. I know that some states in this country that we all love and cherish so deeply, there are states that don't let you have these things. And are their crime rates any lower? No, they're not. They're not low by any means. Are crime rates higher? Yeah. Crime rates are higher in states and cities that have looser, or more, actually, sorry, not looser, wrong choice of words. Cities that have more gun control, places, you know, Democrat-run cities, the places that have the most chaos, every criminal up there is gonna know, like, hey, you know, I'm the biggest, baddest thing around. Nobody's gonna be able to, you know, match me unless you're the law or something. So that hurts my heart. Knowing that some people can't enjoy the same freedoms that I have, that really sucks. But I don't want to make this whole video about that. The SKS and the Garand, if you live in a state where there's a whole lot of gun control and stuff, these are 2 really, really good guns. You know, nobody's going to look at you and think you're a bitch for having them. Obviously not the Garand. The Garand is something that, something from what I've seen, almost everybody aspires to have a Garand. Everybody wants a Garand. Nostalgia, you know, stuff like that. But 30-06, back to what I was saying earlier, you know, you can still get some really good loads for home defense for this. I wouldn't recommend it just because it's 30-06 and it's, you know, traveling like a freight train. And whatever it hits, it's going to be a great day. The SKS, 10 rounds, 7.62 by 39. Still, sorry. It's giving me the hiccups. Still, pretty much 30 caliber round. Change this dust cover back here. You can get yourself a optic, or you can figure something out for right here. You could probably put yourself a red dot right here or something. But these are 2 that I'd recommend to you. More are coming. There's a whole lot of guns that our grandpas and great-grandpas had and stuff that if you live in a state where you can't get ARs and AKs basically in the way that they're meant to have, there's still a whole lot more options. I'm going to cover some of those options. Just give me time, I got to buy these guns. I'm not one of those popular YouTubers. Not really trying to be, but if it happens, it happens. But I'm going to keep buying guns. I'm going to keep showing them to you for options to have if you can't, you know, get an AK, or just, you know, if you like guns and you want to see them. Here pretty soon I'm going to start shooting all these things. It's just kind of a bitch to figure out how you're going to photograph all this stuff, you know, put it all on camera. But thanks for watching today's rant. I'm Insert Coin to Fail, and this was basically my 2 guns that I'd choose if I couldn't get, you know, the ones that I got now. I forgot to cover some shotguns. Everybody knows shotguns are damn good for home. Probably the best for home defense. A shotgun, just formidable force. Period. A shotgun. The Germans in World War I were using like mustard gas and all sorts of crap, and they were trying to call that a war crime. So that tells you how good shotguns are. I don't even got to say anything more about it right now, but I'm going to pretty soon. I want to start shooting stuff. So thanks for watching. I'm Insert Coin to Fail, and you guys have a good day.